Huskers came back on Tuesday for their first practice over the bye week. Hi, Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com. Nebraska scheduled to practice this week Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And first and foremost, head coach Matt Rhule addressed the status of wide receiver Marcus Washington, who went down with a knee injury in Nebraska's win at Illinois.
Yeah, Marcus tore his ACL. Yeah, it was, unfortunately tore his ACL. And we'll have surgery once the swelling goes down.
As for the future of Washington, it's unknown if he could maybe get another year back, but Rhule, his heart just breaks.
Yeah, I don't know that. We were talking about it today. I was teasing, he was wanting to explore those things. I laughed at him like everybody. They'll say they want to leave till they want to leave. But I love Marcus. You talk about a guy who, in my opinion, has come a long way. And really happy for him that his second to last play was that deep ball. It was a heck of a play. Really, to me, it meant a lot about what we're trying to get done here. That you're on the goal line and Riley Van Poppel, as a freshman, makes the big hit, and then you come back out and Marcus Washington, as a senior, makes the big catch. It's just team. And I hate it for Marcus because he's so competitive. He's just had a tough go. This camp. First it was the knee, other knee injury. And then now his hand was broke because I think he was poised to have a really good year.
With that said, now a number of younger freshman wide receivers are going to be called on to step up.
Yeah, Malachi played on Friday. Jaden Doss played on Friday. Jalen Lloyd played on Friday. I think all three of them have to be ready to go. So all three of them have come a long way. They've gotten better and better and better. They appeared ready to go on Friday night, and I think this is a great week for them to. We went out and practice today, so those guys need to step up, and I'm sure they will.
And with this injury to Washington, it's put Nebraska in a position that Rhule hasn't really faced as a head coach, with so many different key offensive players going down.
I've never been a part of this, to be honest with you, this many offensive injuries and defections. You come out of last spring, obviously you're thinking Eric's going to be a big part of things. Unfortunately, Eric's gone through what he's gone through, right? Xavier leaves the team. Isaiah gets hurt. Marcus gets hurt. I'm probably forgetting somebody. So I've never been a part of, Ramir gets hurt. Gabe gets hurt. So I think the offensive staff's doing a great job of coaching. It limits you a little bit into some of the things that you maybe want to do. But at the same time, it's an opportunity for guys to go play. And those young guys, since the day I got here, I told you, hey, they're going to be really good. They just got to be really good now.
As Rhule turns the page now to these final 6 games of the season, one thing he really wants to see an improvement on is turnovers, not only on offense, but the defense he would like to see force more.
Through 6 games, we're -7 in the turnover battle. We're 129th out of 133 teams. And that's, that could have been a 30-7 game, 35-7, 40-7 game. So what I did tell the team was, at some point, it's going to have to stop. It's been 8 years of it here. Going back to the 9-4 year was the last year we had a plus turnover margin. So it's all these different voices saying it. And it's not, and we're talking about just the offense right now, but like the defense is only taking the ball away 6 times. They're like 11th in the Big Ten. So it's not like we're like doing, everyone kind of looks at the offense like, come on guys, well, we're supposed to be taking the ball away on defense. That game was trending in that direction, right? Like Quentin had the pick. Take away Heinrich's pick. To me, Heinrich's pick was like, hey, it was like, we're going to take a shot down the sideline. If it's intercepted, it's a punt. We don't want it to be intercepted. But the fumbles in the red zone are ridiculous, right, inside a 4-minute. So, I challenged the team, like, hey, we literally the day before walked through 4-minute offense. We spoke it into existence that we're going to have the lead. And quarterback, what are you going to do? I follow the ball. Offensive line, what do you do? We finish. Defense, running back, what do you do? I run to contact and get down. It's coached. And it happened the day before. And then, as we said to the team, hey, guys, who brought that up in the huddle when it was happening? And everyone said no. Even Heinrich said, I didn't even think about we were in 4-minute offense, which it's 4 minutes and 20 seconds. But it's so, those are teaching opportunities to me. Is it a little easier when you win? Probably. But it's still, the same problems are still there that were there at Minnesota. The same issues are still there. So we've got to continue to clean them up. My point, though, is there are the same issues on special teams. They're the same issues on offense and on defense. Everybody has their issues. So as a team this week, we have to clean up some things so we can be better against Northwestern.
Running back Anthony Grant and his fumbling have continued to be an issue, and Rhule addressed that more here on Tuesday.
Well, he's not okay with me because he keeps fumbling the ball. I love Anthony, but you can't play for us if you can't control the ball. So Anthony, he's got to improve that. Not in the doghouse. People take things the wrong way. He's got a skill that is not showing up. It's very simple. To me, it's all technical. Football's never emotional for me. It's just technical. So I have to get that fixed for Anthony, and Anthony has to get that fixed for Anthony, or he can't play, because we can't. You can't fumble the ball in practice on Tuesday, then fumble it again in practice on Wednesday, then fumble it in 4 minutes on Saturday and think you're going to play the next week. So I think the bye week comes at a great time because Anthony can really work on that this week. He's got such great vision. He has all these things, but he has one skill that's preventing him from playing at the level I think he could play at. So, he's healthy, all those things, but I'm counting on Anthony. And I need him, and we need him to step up, and we need him to very simply cover the top of the ball and not run with the ball like this. And so I don't know what else to do other than to say what I just said. I've said it to him, obviously, but say what I just said so he hears it, because he's a really good player that could probably play for many years after this. But you're not playing for Bill Belichick if you fumble the ball. You're not playing for Mike Tomlin if you fumble the ball. So we need him this week to really make a step.
The situation at quarterback continues to be ongoing, but Heinrich Haarberg has taken advantage of his opportunity, and Rule is proud of the steps he's made.
Yeah, I think Heinrich's prepared at a high level to get himself ready to play. I think that room has that culture. I'll be honest with you, if Chuba not gotten hurt that day, I'm not so sure Chuba wouldn't have gone out there first, and I think Chuba would have done the same thing. And that's not a knock on Heinrich. I just think that room is – Jeff's out there. He's back healthy now. Jeff's out there. He's competing like crazy. We have 3 quarterbacks that I believe we can win with. And I only say that because I said that. I think Steve asked me that before the first game. I said I think we have 3 quarterbacks we can win with. Each has their own strengths, and you have to kind of tailor what we're doing to each guy. But, I think Heinrich was ready for his moment. He's capitalized on it. He has a long way to go. He's leaving a lot of things out there. He's learning how to, the wear and tear of running him as many times as we're doing, that can have an effect on you. And he's gaining that knowledge of, hey, here's how I can best take care of myself and prepare each week. And then I think Marcus is doing a good job of finding the throws that he feels comfortable with, right? Basically, most teams now they're rushing 3 and they're playing man and they're dropping guys off and they're trying to make sure he doesn't leave the pocket and trying to not chip balls down because of his release. And so our defense is starting trying to knock the ball down, so he's having to work through that. But takes great ownership. I have a lot of respect for Heinrich. He had a ball batted down today, and he was like, "That's on me." Like he gets angry at himself. So I think he'll turn himself into a really good player.
Another guy Rule praised here on Tuesday is true freshman defensive lineman Riley Van Poppel.
Yeah, Riley. Riley's someone I kind of pushed Terrence to play more. I'd like to see him play more. I think he will play more the second half of the season. When I watched the Michigan game, he was a guy to me that didn't look like the moment was too big, or, when guys blocked him. And I think I said that maybe even last week. I thought he played with great extension and length. He's tough. He's physical. I think he's going to be a really, really excellent player for us. So, last game we didn't, because we had so many 3 and outs after that first drive, didn't rotate maybe quite as much as I would have liked. But he's in that jumbo package, and I think Tony's done a good job. While Tony is a card-carrying member of the 3-3-5, and they don't deviate. He is putting some big people out there, and we are playing some 3-4, and we do have Chief and Jamari or Chief. We do have some true big people when people go big against us, and that gets Riley another opportunity to get into the game and be a big body inside. So. As you come down the stretch, there's going to be some teams I know they're going to be physical and run the ball. As it gets a little colder and windier, we're going to need those guys. We're going to need those bodies. We're going to need those bigger defensive sets. And Riley's done a great job. And he's learning from Ty Robinson. I think Ty's doing a great job of leading that room. And as Ty transitions off to the NFL, I think Riley will be one of those guys who steps right in and continues the standard.
And finally, Rule did address the plan for recruiting here over the bye week.
Yeah, we have one guy out the whole week, and then we have. A bunch of guys that are going out Thursday and Friday. I'll be out Thursday and Friday, so we'll hit a lot of guys Thursday and Friday evaluation period wise. See some guys play on Friday, and then we came out today and just played football. I thought it was really important that we got ourselves back in the groove of competition. Tomorrow we'll continue to work on some things. We're doing a ton of self-scout, a ton of improvement work, a ton of looking at some areas that we think we need to improve upon. Some third down stuff, some red zone stuff. We'll implement some of that. Thursday will be a lot of Northwestern stuff. to get a jump on them. They have a bye week too, so they know who we are. We know who they are. So, but to me, right now, the goal is for us to go 1-0 this week, just in terms of improving ourselves and getting the young guys some good work.
Brewer also did say that true freshmen Bryce Turner and Jeremiah Charles have now moved from the wide receiver position to defensive back. With the Huskers in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com.